Hey guys, it's Tasha with Encompass All LLC again. I just wanted to talk about when you hear the call or the awakening nudge to get up at like 3 a.m. And for me, years ago, when like maybe 17 years ago, I started waking up at like 3:33 a.m., sometimes 1 a.m. Um, but it was usually around 3 or 3:30 a.m. where I would be inclined to wake up. One moment. And when I would wake up, I would go to be alone after I figured it out that it wasn't an accident that I was being woken up at 3 a.m. It happened to become a regular thing. I finally would go to be in my living room alone and just listen. And I would hear the most profound things. Sometimes it would be something about personal growth that I would hear from Spirit. It may be a warning about a friend or a family member or a vision that I would get. It may be a suddenly word or a prophecy that would happen later in life. That could be in the vision or a word that I would hear. And if you have spiritual gifts, or you just call them that you have gifts or talents of like dreaming or prophecy or foreknowledge or hearing things or healing people, it takes practice. Whatever it is, it takes practice. It takes trial and error. And for me, I'm a dreamer. So every time I sleep, I dream. Every time I sleep, I dream. And I usually remember them. I've gotten really good at remembering them. I keep a notebook close to me, or I put it in a text to myself, a little narrative, like a short narrative of it, so that if I've had 3 or 4 dreams by morning when I wake up, I will have at least notes to re-pull that dream back to the surface, and then I'll remember all 3 dreams instead of just the one or 4. But so sometimes I will be dreaming and then wake up at 3 a.m. Or get a message right between the dream and waking up. There's like a little tiny window where Spirit will speak to me. And I started heeding to that years ago, and sometimes I get off of it and I don't listen, or I'm too tired, or I'm being stubborn, so I don't listen to the call. But I encourage you as often as possible to listen to the call, even if you have to change certain disciplines about your lifestyle, like going to bed earlier or not having coffee before you go to sleep, depending on how chemicals and different things affect you. For me, my dreams and nighttime realm is very sacred for me and very special to me, because I get a lot of downloads and messages then, and a lot of peace is going on then. So if certain things affect me, certain chemicals or coffee or anything that would affect my dreams. So certain teas affect my dreams, like bedtime teas. I don't do those. They seem to disrupt my dream function and my recollection of the dream the next day. So I don't do it. I don't drink those anywhere near bed, or sometimes at all, so that I can get a clear message. But not everybody who wakes up at 3 a.m. is a dreamer. So coming out of a dream, you might have more information about what you're getting ready to download, what Spirit is getting ready to talk to you about in your quiet time. But I do, so most of the time. But sometimes when I wake up, it has nothing to do with what I dreamt about. It has nothing to do with my sleep download. It just is a completely separate thing. So I had not been getting up at like 3 a.m. when I was feeling the nudge. I get up a lot right now because I go to the bathroom a lot. I am super pregnant. Due any minute, any day. So I don't exactly answer all the time. Well, the other night I felt a nudge to answer, and I did. And it was heavily, I believe, a collective message, and it was also a very personal message that I could take directly to myself. So I really, really encourage you guys, especially anybody who even thinks, like, it could be new for you that you're feeling like you have spiritual gifts or intellectual gifts or just the foreknowing or the gumption in your stomach, like, of knowing something or feeling something. I really encourage you to wake up if you're starting to feel like, why does something keep nudging me? Or why does this thing keep drawing my attention at a certain time? Don't be afraid to wake up. Don't feel odd. It's okay. Take the chance. Wake up. Go silence your mind. The reason Spirit chooses to come to us at night is because we're not busy. And I learned this years ago. Because when I first started waking up at 3 in the morning, I had 2 very young children. I was running a business, starting a business, and in charge of like youth group and stuff like that at church back then. I was doing stuff like that 2010, 2011, 2012. This is about when it started for me, the wake up. The dreams have always been there, not as heavily as they are now, but the drawing to wake up had started back then. And it was every night, and it was so huge. It was so significant. It was so powerful. And that's why when people try to convince me, oh, that's not real, Spirit's not real, this isn't real, prophecy's not real, visions are not real, I can respect people's opinions. I can respect your experience in your life, and that we all have different experiences, but I can't. Like, I know too much. I've seen too much. And that's not to be a hothead or proud, but I'm not movable in this area. And I'm super grateful for it. I'm super thankful. And I'm so excited for any of you guys who are getting ready or who already walk in these ways or learn the ways and the grace and the absolute stupendous magic of being able to hear and see. And don't get me wrong, okay? I know that a lot of people think dreams and prophecy and foreknowing is always positive. And I promise you, unfortunately, it's not always positive. I've had really hard prophecies quite a few times over the years, and they were really stressful to give, and they were really sad to give. And that's not me cursing somebody. It's relaying a message. One, they can emotionally prepare for what is coming, or they might even already know. And then there's also the case that people are already going through that thing that you told them about, that Spirit told you about, and it makes them feel like they're not going through it alone. And that's really comforting for them. Also, there's an extreme patience that you should have for yourself when you're learning. Just because you don't translate a message or an exact dream exactly the way it is and perfectly, or it's not exactly the way that people thought you should interpret it, or you mess up, that does not mean you're not real. That does not mean that what you heard wasn't what you heard. It just means you're learning. Some things in the spirit realm are metaphor, and some are literal, and some are for later, and some are from the past, and some of the stuff is like past life stuff that, if you believe in that stuff, past life stuff being brought to you to be aware of. So what I'm saying is, be patient as you learn. Please, as a person learning, no matter, even if you've been doing this for 20 years, Spirit may be choosing to teach you to walk through something blindly instead of show you something. So the Spirit may be requiring you to have more faith and trust in a season rather than showing you every little tiny piece. And when you're a dreamer it kind of, when you're a dreamer and you have a lot of foreknowing, it kind of gets like a crutch a little bit sometimes, and you can be dependent on, oh, I would like to know first before what I'm going through. If you're like me, I've done that a few times, and I'm learning to be okay with blind faith sometimes when I don't know what's ahead. But bottom line, give yourself grace, put in the work, don't be scared, don't try to be normal and fit in with everybody. These are highly my personal opinions. Have confidence without harsh pride. It's okay to know who you are and try new things and biff it and mess up, and at the same time be confident. We're all human in this phase of life. So there's nothing wrong with taking it easy and learning as you go and following the inclination of spirit. If you guys have any questions about dreams and stuff like that, or would like to reach out to me, and maybe I could help you with interpreting a dream or something like that, and you may start out as a dreamer. I know this is a little left turn. You may start out as a dreamer, and later Spirit's like, hey, I want to teach you how to interpret dreams. Because if you're a dreamer, you're learning to interpret dreams for yourself. So, and then as you notice, time goes on, just random people will talk to you about dreams. Okay, well, that's not happenstance, because you're excelling in a gift. And when you're saying I'm willing, and the most important thing that I have ever said into spirit growth and gifts and being, it's just saying I'm willing. I want to continue to learn. I'm willing. I love this. And there's nothing, it's so amazing. But those of you feeling a call or a nudge, it could be 4:44 a.m. for you. It could be 4:17 a.m. for you. It could be 4:11. It could be 3:33 a.m. Listen, it's not happenstance. It's not happenstance. It's absolutely magical. It's absolutely on time. It's absolutely intentional. And some of you, it could be your grandmother. For me, I believe that it's my grandmother oftentimes, not always, that is trying to communicate something with me, or telling me kind of how to hold space for my family in a certain way, or showing me some foreknowing. But there's a lot of times when you get caught up in life and you don't get up, or you're not thinking about spirit, or you're not thinking about your gifts, or you get like caught up in everyday life, like doing chores, running the kids to school, going to your job, visiting family, making sure you hit the holidays, making sure you're at the grocery store. Listen, it's not like you have to be perfect, okay? It's not like you have to be always available. But listen, if you do make yourself available, especially if you set a time, Spirit will get used to meeting you there at that time. But nighttime is always great for the Spirit, because you're finally rested and you're not busy. And they're like, okay, come with me. I want to show you great and amazing and important things. Not always butterflies, important things, okay? And you're worth it. And whoever they're giving you the message about is worth it. And sometimes, and this takes really, really great discernment, sometimes you will get a prophecy, a warning, a foreknowing, and you're not supposed to tell anybody. Shh. You're not supposed to tell anybody. And people don't like that, especially like if you have a partner or family members and they're around you a lot and they know you get dreams, they know you get foreknowing, and they're like, hey, what'd you dream about? Or you like wake up and you want to tell somebody because it's exciting, but you know that it's for such a time as this, or it's not today, or they're not supposed to know. You're supposed to shh. You might get excited and be like, hey, yeah, I had a dream. And then your spirit will be like, shh. And I'm like, oops, never mind, can't tell you. And they're like, well, I don't know why you do that. Well, I don't really have to explain myself, but when you have foreknowing, when you have a vision, when you have a message, it is not always time to share it, and it may never be time to share it. It may only be for you to know. So, wake up to the call. Listen, tune in, close your eyes, meditate, or just go do something. Listen to some music, quiet music. I choose music with no words if I do it, because I want to only hear the message, only the message. Oftentimes I don't even like to watch TV before I go to bed, because I don't want that stuff in my head before I go to bed. I want an empty vessel to receive a clear channel without disruption, especially my dreams. Because, yeah, a lot of stuff affects your dreams and your mindset and stuff like that before you go to bed. But I encourage you to listen and wake up and heed the call. And if any of you guys are going through this, or you have questions or you're interested, please reach out. I'm very excited for you. I also have a website. It's not complete, but I'm working on it this month. Maybe while I'm on maternity leave, as soon as this baby comes, I'll have some time to work on my website some more while I'm on maternity leave, guys, and connect that to my YouTube page, Encompass All LLC. So if you guys are really cracking the page back, or you've been doing this for years, I would love to hear about it. I would love to hear about a dream that you've had and then it came to life, or what time is Spirit waking you up. Let me know. I'm interested in, I would love to see more of you out there and talk about it and share these stories. And if you'd like to ask me about a dream, reach out. My business number is 740-777-3567. And right now it's free to ask me about a dream. Or if you got a message and you would like help translating, or would like extra help with that, discerning by spirit, hey, reach out to me. 740-777-3567. Again, I'm Tasha with Encompass All LLC, and blessings and good luck. I can't wait to bring you more videos as Spirit leads. I'm so excited. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, okay? And we'll be talking again soon.